Hello everyone, it is Monday, the day after the NASCAR Cup Bristol Dirt Race. So before we get started, I have to throw some disclaimers out there. I have run over 1,000 asphalt races between the American Speed Association, where I raced 1986, 87, and 88. And then I went to NASCAR, where I have 905 NASCAR starts, and you add it all together, racing asphalt around the United States, over 1,000 asphalt starts. Now, I found a passion and love for dirt racing, where I have over 1,000 starts. So to put it all together, I know what I'm talking about. Over 1,000 asphalt starts, 1,000 dirt starts, and I won this prestigious award that Kenny Schrader brought home to me because I was not able to be there. It reads, Eastern Motorsports Press Association 2019 Junie Dunleavy Memorial Spirit of the Sport Award. So this is a big honor for me. So I feel like I have the credentials to talk about this subject. And the subject matter is dirt fans and asphalt fans. I believe that we all together, especially dirt fans want this continental divide between specifically NASCAR and themselves. And here's why. Dirt fans are like me. I'm the third child. Dirt fans always feel lesser. Now, this can be a debate. You can comment right here. But really, when I came from NASCAR to the dirt racing world, this was the reaction I got from most dirt fans. Well, look at here, Kenny Wallace thinking he gonna bring all that NASCAR-ism into our dirt racing world. Let's just see what he's got. That's the way I felt. And to this day, as you all know, I take a ton of grief for having NASCAR blood in my veins. Now, if you look around me, I'm kind of like Kenny Schrader and a lot of other race car drivers. It's very easy to look up our stats. And there's no doubt that I'm not that great of a race car driver. So as far as commenting below that I'm no good, well, that's a debate. And it's really none of my business. It is none of my business what you think of me. However, I can tell you this. All the trophies that are lined up around here, 95 dirt racing wins from all over America, from Arizona to Florida, up to New York. These trophies are from every dirt track. So I know what's going on in dirt racing fans' mind. And it's this. Dirt racing fans feel betrayed by NASCAR. Dirt racing fans tell me that they loved the NASCAR back in the 80s and 90s because they could afford to go to the NASCAR races. Then all of a sudden, NASCAR made a mistake and they bit a snake. And it was all of you, the dirt racing fans specifically. You, the fans in dirt racing at all these local racetracks, tell me that, man, I used to love NASCAR, but when I went to Texas Motor Speedway, they said I could not buy one ticket for Sunday's race. Instead, they said I had to buy tickets for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it is true that NASCAR outpriced the dirt racing fans. We all know that, and we have listened to Steve Phelps, the president of NASCAR, address that over the last couple years. Sometimes things happen and we go, oh, well, when did that happen? It happened, I heard it on Sirius XM radio. Steve Phelps said, we made a wrong move. We forgot about our core fans, and we are here to make it right now. And even the racetracks now quit doing that to you. So here's the subject matter that I want to talk about. it is now time to bury the hatchet. You know, history is important because we learn from the past. I once asked my history teacher, I said, I don't want to know about history. It already happened. Why do I got to learn about history? History teacher told me, well, history is important because it repeats its past. So now that's history, and now NASCAR messed up. They have new leadership, and they're trying to make it right. So after this Bristol race, it's time to talk about it and bury the hatchet. I plead for all you dirt racing fans to bury the hatchet. Don't feel betrayed. Don't feel like NASCAR is the enemy. NASCAR forgot about me. They don't like me. NASCAR saw everything that's going on and they said, we're going to make it right. So they went to Eldora and Tony Stewart and them put the NASCAR Truck Series together. You all came out, sold it out for the first couple years, then it started fading. Kind of like the newness wore off. The first year or two, they tell me that it was sold out. Then the last year or so, didn't need to bring in extra grandstands. So at that time, dirt racing started going down and the newness wore off. And then this is what happened. NASCAR decided to get away from Eldora. Then the fans got upset about that. But they decided to take dirt racing to Bristol. For one reason or another, you know, it is a conversation. My viewpoint, the reason they took it to Bristol is because it was an idea by Fox Sports, Jacob Ullman, Michael Waltrip, eating lunch one day, and they said, you know what would be pretty cool? If we put dirt on Bristol and brought the cup cars there. Because we have the infrastructure. We have a lot of seats. We all know that Eldora sells out at 19 to 23,000. The thought is that there were not enough seats, there was not enough infrastructure. You go to Bristol, you got a lot of seats, you've got a lot of hotels, you know, within reason, and it just made sense. And Marcus Smith decided, hey, we can pull this off. They put a pen and pencil. It just made sense. What they did not plan on was the hardcore dirt fans going, why did they do this? Why did they put dirt on Bristol? Why didn't they take it to Eldora? It's true. My good friend John Roberts, who was my host on NASCAR Race Day, he said, there's no pleasing you people. We're in such a rough time in life now where nothing's ever good enough. So, because I have so many asphalt races, so many dirt races, it's time to talk about all of you. Why do you feel so much anger towards NASCAR? Well, we already know why you feel anger towards NASCAR, because the dirt fans got priced out. So this one's going to be hard for me. And remember, I'm a lover, and you know I'm a lover. But I bring up the difficult subjects. I talk about the tough subject. Why do I do that? I don't know. Maybe it's from my mama. I think I'm more like my mom. But let's think about it this way, okay? I took a poll on Twitter, and this is going to be a tough one to swallow, and I know you don't want to hear it, but I've got to tell you, dirt racing is nowhere near as popular as asphalt NASCAR. Asphalt NASCAR. Now, hold on. Eldora sold out. Knoxville sold out. 20,000 people, plus or minus, where the worst NASCAR crowd is 30,000 one time, and I would say normally there's 60,000 people at most NASCAR races. Now we know this, it's not up for debate, right? So that's a fact. At any NASCAR race, you're going to have 30,000 to 100,000. When we go to a dirt track, our local dirt track, that standing room only at 5 to 10,000 people. So when we look at our local dirt track, it's sold out. Calm down. It's 10,000 people, all right? 9 times out of 10, it's 5,000 people. But I know what it's like to be the third child. I know what it's like to be you. You think you're big time, but we are nowhere near. Dirt is nowhere near as big as NASCAR asphalt. Now this is where, thinking about Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, Kenny Schrader, Tony Stewart, Ryan Newman. This is where they come in. Those drivers ran all that dirt racing their whole life. Jeff Gordon, right? Why did all those drivers want to go NASCAR? You know, I once asked Chip Ganassi, I said, Chip, you're an IndyCar. You've done everything in IndyCar racing. Why did you want to come to NASCAR? Right out of the words of Chip Ganassi. He said, Kenny Wallace, I want to come to NASCAR because this is where the show's at. So all of our dirt racers, right? All of them. We even seen Scott Bloomquist at the NASCAR dirt race, the Cup Series. He was inspecting the tires. Scott Bloomquist, so famous for looking at tires because he knows how important tires are. So all the dirt racers that have done it all, they went NASCAR, right? Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon, Kenny Schrader, Clint Boyer. The list is from here to your house. Why do dirt racers want to go to NASCAR? If you all think NASCAR is so bad, NASCAR's not bad. What it is they're the big brother. Remember, you and I'm the third child, you're the third child too. You feel anger because NASCAR priced itself out, right? But remember, we said it's time to bury the hatchet. It's time to move forward. There is enough room. There is enough room for all of us. Remember this poll on Twitter, right? People love and they like and they can see NASCAR asphalt. They can just see it. It's on Channel 2. It's on FS1. It's readily available. It's the big brother. We cannot act like NASCAR's nothing. That's why, and here goes the controversial one. That's why you all love to pick on those crowds. Look at there. NASCAR ain't got nobody there. I guarantee you there ain't nobody there. In reality, there's probably like 50,000, right? We all know that. So I believe that it is time to do this. It is time to sing that Beatles song. Come together right now. We got to come together, guys. Between our political atmosphere, wars in Ukraine and Russia, and just all this physical, mental stress, everybody's miserable right now. NASCAR decided to come to you. They went to Eldora with the trucks. They put dirt on Bristol. Now remember, that argument is over there. You know, as far as, well, why don't they just go to a real dirt track? Well, they didn't. And they did, right? They did at Eldora, and then they decided to run the Cup Series at Bristol for all the reasons I already told you. So it's time to lay our swords down and let's marry together. Be me, damn it. I've got 1,000 asphalt starts, 1,000 dirt starts. I got a trophy over there from a big asphalt win at the Upper Peninsula in Michigan from last year where I won an asphalt race. Tony Stewart, Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell. We all love dirt. We love it. That's why we go back and run it. But NASCAR is exactly what Chip Ganassi said. It's the show. And when we go to war, there's nothing wrong with there being a leader. I love my brother Rusty Wallace being the leader. He's my big brother. People say, well, you nowhere near as good as your brother. I'm like, right. I'm not as good as my brother. He's a 1989 Winston Cup champion. Sometimes in life, there's just somebody. You know, listen, Cale Yarborough said it best. Cale Yarborough said this to me. Kenny Wallace, there's always somebody bigger than you. I'm 58 years old now. When Cale Yarborough told me that, it taught me a lesson. It's impossible for us all to be the same. There's always going to be somebody bigger than you. And that's the way life is. So as far as NASCAR wanting to get you, that's in your head. NASCAR don't want to get you. What they did is they did make some mistakes, but they're too big of a group. They're not going to come out like I am and, start sparring with you. These are very mature people. They're business people. They don't come down to my level, but they do love me. They tell me they see everything I do. Spirit, baby. You got to have spirit. PMA, positive mental attitude. It is so important in life, in everything in life. You can't go all the time, they don't like me, I hate them. Look at your heroes. They love it all. They want us all to get together. I want to thank Kyle Larson for everything he's done. I want to thank Christopher Bell. I want to thank Kenny Schrader, Tony Stewart, Clint Boyer. And damn it, I want to thank me. We have worked so hard to marry us all together. We've worked extremely hard to make Asphalt and Dirt fans understand that we love racing. Look at the Formula One race. Look at the Formula One race. We all know that the Netflix series, Drive to Survive, 300,000 people over in Texas at the Circuit of Americas. 300,000 people. Formula One racing, IndyCar racing, dirt racing, asphalt racing. Come together right now over me. Leave it up to me to make a fool of myself. It's okay. It's okay. I tell Schrader all the time. I say, I make a fool of myself to make you look good. All right, now, I'm going to end like this. When the Bristol race was over, everybody was like, it's too muddy. Now it's too dry. Dirt racing fans specifically, you know this is dirt racing. And I know what you're going to say to me. Well, the NASCAR cars are not meant to run on dirt, but they are running on dirt. And let's go to your local dirt track. I watch you all on Facebook just trash your local dirt track. It's too rough. It's too wet. How would you like to be NASCAR and Fox? We all talk about how we want dirt races readily available, and they are. They're on every app there is. Flow, Dirt Vision, you get my point. Think about what NASCAR and Fox, they had to be sweating bullets. They put on a national broadcast praying 2-3 years ago when they decided to do this, that there would not be any rain, any tornadoes, any hail. Think about your local racetrack. You bitch and moan 24/7 about that track surface, but yet you expect that NASCAR track surface to be perfect. As old Ross Pro said, wouldn't be prudent, not gonna do it. Ain't gonna happen. There's no dirt surface that is perfect. And when your dirt surface is perfect, take a picture, baby. And they do Walkopedia and all those guys, they're like, look at this cushion at the end of the night. So I plead with you all to understand that we're all trying to come together right now over all of us. All right, I love you all. And remember, respond right here, subscribe right here, and know that I know what you're thinking. It's very hard to address it all right now. Nobody means any harm to you. We know that everybody's depressed nowadays and everybody needs love. I love you, and so does NASCAR. It may not seem like it, but they do love you. And that's why they're putting such a big effort into running dirt, because they want us all to come together. They are the big brother, and remember, they're the teacher. And I understand that nobody likes the big brother, nobody likes the teacher, nobody likes the president, any president. All right. Subscribe, comment below. I love you all.